Good morning, everybody. I'm Ellie. Do you have a similar experience before? When you are a little boy or little girl, your mother and father just ask you to stay at home at night. They will not allow you to go outside and until the next day morning. For example, hey Peter, you should stay at home after 9 o'clock at night tonight. So do you have such experience? Yes, actually I had such experience. My mother also always asked me to stay at home when I was before my secondary 4. So today I would like to discuss the topic lifetime teenage curfews with you, and I will talk about why I think it's important for lifetime teenage curfew to be practiced in Hong Kong. So here is the rundown of my presentation. First of all, I will introduce the definition of teenage curfew to you, and then I will talk about the general picture in Hong Kong about this issue.
Excuse me. May I fix it?
And then I'll talk about the general picture of this issue in Hong Kong, and followed by giving you some advantages of curfew to you. And finally, I will give a short conclusion of my presentation. So maybe let's start at the definition first. Curfew means teenagers cannot go outside between certain time periods. For example, teenage under 16 cannot go outside at night between 9 o'clock to the next morning at 6 o'clock. How about the phenomenon in Hong Kong? Actually, nowadays, there are many teenagers in Hong Kong. They like stay outside on the street at night. They may find their friends to go outside and hang around. They just sit maybe in the open area of the public estate or in the playground. They may just chat with each other or playing computer games. However, sometimes they may generate noise, and that may affect the people live nearby. So, although there are many countries nowadays in the world practice the teenage curfew, Hong Kong do not have the curfew nowadays. So now maybe let's look at the advantages of teenage curfew. So since teenagers can have more time to stay at home, they can focus more on their studies, and they can this can help them to improve their academic results. And also, if they stay at home, that means they have more time to stay with their family. Although maybe the only thing they can do at home maybe just having dinner with them or just chatting with them. However, I think this can already improve the relationship between the teenagers and their families. So how about the teenage crimes? Moreover, hanging around in the street may also increase the chances for teenagers to get involved in the crimes. Because they may meet some bad guys or some people from the child society. Most of the teenagers are immature, and so they may easily be affected by these people to get involved in the crimes like vandalism. And on the other hand, staying at home can ensure their personal safety. Some people maybe live in some dangerous areas, like the Yau Chi Mong district. In this area, there are maybe some bad guy at night. So, if they can stay at home, maybe this is better to protect their own safety. So maybe here come to a short conclusions first. even though there are some teenage may against for the idea of practicing curfews in Hong Kong, because they said they may think that practicing curfew may affect their socializing circle or may affect their extracurricular activities after school. They may also have no freedom if the government do so. However, I think practicing curfews is may have more advantages than disadvantages, because the idea of practicing curfews is good to both parents and the children. And I think maybe the starting time of curfew in Hong Kong, if there are curfew practice in Hong Kong, maybe the starting time can be set later, a bit later. I mean, in maybe around 11 to 12 at night, because many Hong Kong students are very busy. They have many work to do and they have many after-school activities. So maybe the time can set later. And lastly, beside curfew, I think communication between parents and their children is also important, because this can make them to realize their children better. Also, the school and parents should not give too much pressure to their children, or otherwise they will their children will not go home because they do not want to face the pressure or unhappiness. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Do you know if the Hong Kong government is setting up a curfew?
No, actually there's no curfew nowadays in Hong Kong.
It is possible to have curfew in Hong Kong.
I think actually I think it's necessary to have curfew in Hong Kong, but actually I think it's there are still some difficulty to set the law to legislate against this, because there are many problems related to maybe the human rights. Maybe the teenagers may say they have the freedom to stay outside, or if they want to go home, they can go home anytime they like. So maybe it's quite controversial. I think it still has some difficulty now.
So do you think children staying late outside is the main reasons of children with crimes?
I think it's not the only reasons, because there are still many other reasons for other crimes to happen. But I think if they can prevent children to go outside, maybe the chances of the teenage crime may be reduced.
Yeah, but in Hong Kong there are quite a lot of places that teenage can go during the midnight. So do you think those, like karaoke places or bar should cooperate with this if there's really
You mean the place where they can go out?
Yeah, should the place cooperate with the curfew?
Yes, I think if they go outside, they may mainly stay at the cafe or maybe the internet, some internet cafes. Yes, that means they have more chances to get in touch with other maybe the other teenagers, so they may maybe they may do something which is harm for themselves, because you know they will have more chances to maybe get the drugs or others, something like that. Yeah.
Which country has practiced the curfews?
Yes, as I know, there are some small town or village in Americans and UK have already practiced the curfews, like Arizona
So
in
only in small towns.
yes, some small towns because it's more difficult to apply the law in big city because there are many people in the big city and you know the issue will become more controversial in the city. Yes. Any other questions? So if no, I will end my presentation here and thank you for your attention.